Exercise C1, Equivalent Ratios. 1a. Determine an equivalent ratio by dividing 10 to 12. So if we have to come up with an equivalent ratio by dividing, you can choose any number to divide, and these numbers need to be factors of the two numbers 10 and 12. Well, because we have set up 10 divided by 2, so we have to use the factor of 2, so 12 divided by 2. So you have an equivalent ratio of 5 to 6. B, you have 15 and 18. So both 15 and 18 are divisible by 3. So we can divide them by 3 and get a ratio of 5 to 6 again. C, 30 and 40. Well, which number goes into 30 and 40? It will be 10 because both of these end in zeros. So 30 divided by 10 is 4 divided by 10. So your equivalent ratio is 3 to 4. Number 2, determine an equivalent ratio by multiplying. So this time we are going to make the numbers bigger by multiplying 10 by 2 is given. So you must multiply 12 by 2 as well. So 12 times 2 is 24. So you end up with the equivalent ratio that 10 to 12 is the same as 20 to 24. B, you're given 7 to 9. You're free to choose whatever number you want to multiply these by, but they have to be the same. So I have chosen 3. So 7 times 3 is 21. 9 times 3 is 27. So 21 to 27 is the same as 7 to 9. If you have picked something else, let's say you pick 4. So you'll have 7 times 4, 28, to 9 times 4, 36. They are all the same. You have many different possibilities here. Question 3. Name all pairs of equivalent ratios. So the tip here is to look for ratios that have terms that are multiples of each other. You may want to simplify these ratios to their lowest form. So 5 to 8 is already the simplest form. 12 and 8 both can be divided by 4, so you get 3 to 2. 9 to 6, these numbers can be divisible by 3, so you get 3 to 2 again. So you see that 12 to 8 and 9 to 6 are the same. 4 to 8, you divide by 4, you get 1 to 2. 5 to 10, you divide by 5, you also get equivalent ratio of 1 to 2. So these two are the same. And 15 to 24, these are numbers that can be divided by 3 to get 5 to 8. So this is equivalent ratio with 5 to 8. Number 4. In a class of 40 students, 24 are boys. Find the ratio of A, the number of boys to the number of pupils in a class. So you start with the number of boys, which is 24, to the number of pupils or students in a class, which is 40. And then you can simplify these ratios. Both of these numbers can be divided by 8 to get 3 to 5. B, the number of boys to the number of girls. So because we have 40 students in total, 24 are boys. So the number of girls will be 40 minus 24, which is 16. With this information, I can set up the boys to girls ratio, 24 to 16, or divide them by 8 to get the simplest equivalent ratio of 3 to 2. Question 5. Maria uses juice concentrate and water in the ratio 6 to 8. Mark uses juice concentrate and water in the ratio of 21 to 28. Is the ratio of juice concentrate to water equivalent for Maria and Mark? Well, the least common multiple, if I want to compare water, of 8 and 28 is 56. Okay, 8 times 7 is 56. 28 times 2 is 56. So we're going to make equivalent ratios now. So for Maria's juice, she used a concentrate to water ratio of 6 to 8, or 6 times 7, compared to 8 times 7, which is 42 to 56. Mark's juice, while he used a ratio of 21 to 28, remember we multiplied 28 by 2 to get 56, so I'll multiply 21 by 2, it's also 42 to 56. Therefore, we can say that yes, they have used the same ratio of juice concentrate to water. Number 6. Raji mixes 3 cans of white paint with 4 cans of green paint. Amy mixes 5 cans of white with 7 cans of green. Who mixes the darker shade of green? So we need to know to find the amount of green paint in the same amount of white paint, and whoever has more green with the same white means that their paint is greener. So if we compare the white paints that were used, Raji uses 3 cans and Amy uses 5 cans. We can use 15 cans as the basis because 3 times 5 is 15, or 5 times 3 is 15. So let's work on this. 3 to 4 is the same as 3 times 5 to 4 times 5. So you get 15 to 20. Amy's paint, 5 times 3 white to 7 times 3 green. This is 15 to 21. So Amy uses slightly more green paint than Raji, so she has a darker shade of green. Number 7, multiple choice. Eris is making a cake from cake mix and water in a ratio of 3 to 5. She starts by mixing 8 cups of water with 6 cups of cake mix. How many more cups of water does she need to add? Okay, so let's set up the ratio. So there is cake mix to water ratio of 3 to 5. We have 8 cups of water, so put that under the water column, and 6 cups of cake mix, which is the cake column. So the cake mix part is fixed, so I know that 3 times 2 is 6. That means the water ratio needs to be 5 times 2, which is 10 cups of water. But now we see that she only used 8 cups, which means that she is missing 2 cups of water, so the answer is C. Number 8. Rectangle A is 12 centimeters wide and 32 centimeters long. Which statement about the rectangle is true? So take a quick look at the options. This is about width to length ratio. So let's set this up first in a blank space before we look at the correct answers. So width is 12 to length is 32. We can simplify 12 and 32 by dividing by 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, 32 divided by 4 is 8. So the length and width to length ratio is 3 to 8. Do we have that answer? It is right there. So without going through all the possibilities, we know the final answer is D. Number 9. The dimensions of a rectangle are in a 4 to 5 ratio. The length is 25 centimeters. What is the width? So the length is the longer side in the rectangle. So we can match up 25 centimeters to 5, knowing that 5 times 5 is 25. So the width that we're looking for must be 4 times 5, which is 20.